Welcome back to Deuces Sports Talk Show. I'm Chestor, and I'm joined by
Roebaer,
Stu,
and Lenei.
And today is episode 7 of Deuces Sports Talk Show, and it's a little different because we have a vidcast going on right now, and dealing with the Deuces. So our first ever, we're excited to do this. Let's start off today by talking about Patrick Mahomes and his struggles on offense, and really the Chiefs' struggles in general. It's been a real big issue right now. Roebaer, what do you think about it?
on Monday night, the Chiefs didn't, they were supposed to dominate the Giants, as everyone thought they were supposed to, but they didn't really dominate. It really seemed like it was a pillow fight, honestly. No one really wanted to win that game. I mean, I can't say much personally, but it's just weird to see the Chiefs not just balling out. I disagree with some of the Chiefs fans that are, talking to some of the players, and some of the players are getting upset about all the Chiefs fans being upset because they're not having a lot of success this year. But I don't think you can be upset at them with all the success they've had the past few years.
Well, I mean, as you say that, we have the worst statistical defense all time. I think.
It's right up there, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Turn it around.
the game last night, we had no business winning that game. If it was a better team, other than the Giants, I definitely think we end up losing that game. But Danny Nichols also looked horrible.
I think that Patrick Mahomes is just playing at an average quarterback level.
Jameis Winston level.
He's obviously he's turning the ball over a lot, but again, even all the turnovers last night were not all his fault. But the defense, they picked up Melvin Ingram for a Gatorade bottle,
Bag chip.
but he.
I'm surprised we didn't do anything else
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna play the edge, which will probably bump Chris Jones back down, I would assume.
Jalen Smith is now on waivers too. So maybe.
But Chris,
Anything. We need a safety. Daniel Sorensen should
Dirty
be cut.
Dan off
Oh
the
my
field.
gosh.
Did he play last night?
Yeah, he
He
got a
did.
pass interference for 45 yards.
And gave up a touchdown.
Oh my goodness.
but Chris Jones back inside. Hopefully, he'll be able to do his thing and stop the run. But yeah,
And I don't know what to think about the Chiefs right now because they're not very good. They're 4-4, and they've got one of the toughest schedules going forward. So, for me as a fan, I'm not looking forward to this next little stretch. I'm hoping that they can figure it out. But I mean, even last night, they're holding your breath every snap, and it's the New York Giants.
That was huge. For them to get the win last night
Yeah.
was pretty big. Because I think if they lost last night, they're not making the playoffs.
No, and I mean the defense actually played really well last night. You cannot say that they didn't. You know,
They still
Dirty
played the
Dan.
Giants, but
Yeah, no,
Against a
Dirty Dan still needs to
terrible
go.
Giants.
and the Giants are just banged up. I feel bad if you're a Giants fan because they are hurt at almost every single position.
Running back, every single receiver is probably hurt.
Yeah.
every single bright spot on that team has been erased.
Yeah.
You know what is exciting though? How about Derek Gore?
He looked good.
I was getting hyped. I was working at Grande last night, getting hyped up in the store, watching Derek Gore.
I think we
just
should
go
have
to
gave him the
work.
ball more than 11 times.
Yeah,
'Cause he looked
had a
good
really
running
night. Yeah.
Clyde comes back. So maybe Clyde can redeem their season.
No shot. Let's move over to Big Mike. Would you pick up Big Mike in your fantasy league, also known as Mike White? But would
No.
you pick him up?
Absolutely not. I mean, has one pretty good week thanks to Michael Carter helping him out there with all the checkdowns. And I don't think we'll have much success moving forward playing a tough Indianapolis defense on Thursday night.
I mean, I don't think you can pick him up yet just because he only had one good performance. And the Bengals defense didn't look too well. But, I mean, obviously, if he has a few more good games, I mean, he'd be a good option if you had a quarterback on bye.
I mean, my current quarterback situation, I'm definitely considering picking him up because
Wow.
Who's your quarterback?
I have Dak Prescott and Russell Wilson. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Yeah.
as well as Saquon Barkley.
Dak should be back.
So who'd you play this week at quarterback?
Nobody.
What?
I was planning on Dak playing, and he didn't.
So
Why
you-
did picking anyone up?
Should have picked up Cooper
Well,
Rush.
I picked up I traded for Derek Carr, but it didn't go through yet. So
Should have picked
Oh.
up Cooper Rush. Poor planning. Poor planning.
Yeah,
Still got the
I'm
dub.
with Stu on this one. I'd pick him up if you have a quarterback on bye or something. Not like a starter yet, but if he keeps going off, I mean,
You don't know when
yeah,
Zach Wilson can come back. So, and who knows what they probably won't play Joe Flacco after that performance, but
yeah.
it gets out of hand.
Well, Tuesday morning, Henry Ruggs got a DUI, and he also he ended up killing somebody.
someone.
So
Yeah.
his NFL career might be over after that one. Maybe even worse than that. But Roebaer, what are your thoughts on that?
You hate to see it. I mean, just a silly mistake that someone could make by doing that, putting himself in that type of situation. It really sucks if you're Henry Ruggs because you're feeling terrible for the family, and it's just a bad deal all in all.
Yeah, obviously it's a tough scene, and you obviously don't ever want that to happen to anybody, including an NFL player. But, I mean, we'll just have to see what happens with Henry Ruggs.
Obviously, we don't know everything about the situation, but he was rumored to be drinking and driving, obviously. And I don't know if they actually didn't say who died in the article.
I don't think it was Ruggs. So
I doubt it was Ruggs.
It wasn't Ruggs.
They said he was fine and in the hospital with, like,
Non-serious.
yeah.
Yeah,
Life-threatening.
disappointing.
yep.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Sad to see, really, because Henry Ruggs a bright future ahead of him. But obviously, if that isn't the end of his NFL career, then I don't know what would be, because that pretty much seems like you just can't do that.
Definitely when you're on that type of stage as an NFL player or
Yeah.
any professional athlete, you just can't be doing things like that.
There's things that you can get like second chances on, but this isn't one. I don't think he will ever play another snap in the NFL.
Probably not.
Let's move over to our What in the World stats. Roebaer, what was yours for this week?
My what in the world stat is Cooper Kupp has more receiving yards than the Bears, Falcons, and Saints' entire wide receiving corps. That's a yikes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
My what in the world stat is the Jets have never beat the Eagles all time. They're currently 0-11.
All right, so a bettor this week bet $1,000 that Mike White would lead the league in passing yards this week. He won $125,000.
I don't know how you just have a hunch. That's just gonna
That had to be like a family friend or something.
He made more money than Mike White this week.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Mike White needs some money.
Mike White needs a starting job.
He's getting robbed right
Hey,
now.
Big Mike.
Highway robbery.
You're here to tell me that Davis Mills has been a starting quarterback for a good, 5-6 weeks, but yet Mike White can't even get a job anywhere to start.
Even like Justin Fields or Danny Dimes.
I mean, Justin Fields has been showing that, like,
he had a good
showing the
week, but I
potential.
mean, it's still the Bears.
I don't know what you're seeing in Davis Mills at the moment.
No. My what in the world stat is J.J. Watt has played in 8 or less games in a season 4 times in the last 6 years. He has played 2 full seasons out of the last 6 years.
He's just really injury plagued.
He's still like probably a 98 Madden. Last year he was.
He's a good player. He's always hurt.
He's probably out for the season this year too. I think,
so.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Man, that's crazy. Really is.
Get out of your mind! Get out of your mind! Get out of your mind!
Time for Cat Chat. K-State got a nice win versus TCU this week in Manhattan. Roebaer, you were at the game. What are your thoughts?
Millie Rock, the Horned Frogs. Good to see another head coach get canned after playing K-State. You love to see it.
That means you're the bottom feeders of the league then.
No,
No, Kansas is in fact.
not at all. That's who we play this week. I think it's personally going to be a beatdown. I think the spread's 24. Hammering the over on that. Like a casual, 55-13 type normal K-State KU game.
I think
We'll probably get a few punt returns this
No
week. too.
kidding. No kidding. Special teams, you will come alive.
KU's covering.
No.
Cap.
No.
Cap.
They're winning.
Cap.
They got killed this week.
I don't care. It's in
Roebaer said it earlier. The quarterback was 1 for 7 with 2 picks at one point in that game last week. That's horrible.
You said they're in Lawrence. No one goes to the games.
It's gonna be packed out
Might
there.
be a
tomorrow.
home game for K-State.
Yeah, no
No,
kidding.
There
it
might
will
be
be.
more
It will be.
K-State
Yeah, home
fans.
game
It will
for
be.
K-State.
Yeah.
Deuce Vaughn will have a field day, and I mean, I look for him to have over 200 scrimmage yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's pretty bold.
Whoa.
That is bold.
I might take the over on that.
He's gonna go off. I'm telling you.
I mean, I'd feel pretty confident saying over 150 and 2, and that's what I think he'll be around. But I don't know about the 200. We'll have to see.
I think he gets there.
This seems like a perfect opportunity to see what your 4-star freshman's all about.
Yeah, we should put Rubley in.
I mean, eventually.
We got nothing to lose right
when
now.
it's like 35-0 after the third
And
quarter.
KJ's just gonna magically cover in the fourth.
If it gets 35-0.
They're gonna have
my
an electric
pick.
fourth quarter.
I'm still picking the Hawks, man. I'm going with the Jayhawks.
Wow.
Jesus.
And this is why.
It's a 2-man race.
Yes.
It isn't, though. It isn't, though. We'll get into pick 'em later. It isn't anymore. I had a good week.
You got 2 points back on us. 2.
Yeah, it's 2 more, and you got...
Nice.
It is. It is.
If I had a cookie, it'd be in your hands right now.
Oh, man. We added a new segment for this week. We kind of got rid of fantasy rankings just because, I mean, you can look that up on yourself on your own time. But we added fantasy players of the week, or our fantasy player of the week. And Stu, who is our fantasy player of the week?
Michael Carter from the New York Jets. Obviously, Roebaer has him in our league.
Stats.
He played me this week and beat me. First win of the year. This is what Michael Carter did this week. He had 77 rush yards and a TD, and he also had 9 catches for 95 yards. Huge week.
So how many fantasy points was it, Roebaer?
32, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
he went bonkers. He went crazy. Good to see. Good to see.
I mean, the entire Jets franchise had their best day in years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
Beating the Bengals, and that opens up the AFC even more as if it wasn't opened up already. The AFC leader loses. Goes to 5-3.
Back-to-back wins for the Jets. No. They beat the Titans.
They beat the Titans a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it isn't
Yeah.
back-to-back, but they're playing pretty well at home, 2-1. Mike White at quarterback. What couldn't you love about the New York Jets?
Yeah, good for them. Good for them.
Let's get into some stardom situms. Roebaer, who's your stardom?
Stardom is Jerry Jeudy. Didn't have a great week last week. Had about like 8 points, but he was just coming back from that serious injury, and I think he's gonna have bounce back week this week against the Cowboys. Definitely a favorable matchup, and he's a great player, big boom player if he can get off the deep ball.
My stardom this week is Brandon Cooks versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins' defense hasn't looked all that great this year, and as a slot receiver, I think Brandon Cooks will have a good week.
Lenei, who's your stardom?
I'm going to say start Taysom Hill. Obviously,
If he starts,
but I think he'll get more touches either way, though, because
he's coming back from that concussion, I think. Still,
yeah. But anyways, if Taysom Hill's playing, start Taysom Hill. And I'm going to say sit Ryan Tannehill. Just not a good matchup. No run game to crutch on. So
That was my situm
Yeah.
as well. I think Ryan Tannehill's not a good option. But my stardom, Boston Scott for the Eagles. He's gonna. What did you call him this morning? Exactly in the halls.
I called Jordan Howard actually a touchdown vulture.
Not it. No, it was Boston Scott. He said something about him, but he's gonna get a majority of the carries. Kenneth Gainwell's not it. He's not the guy. And with Miles Sanders out, definitely Boston Scott's a stardom. Roebaer, who do you have for situm?
My situm was Devonta Smith. Struggled these last few weeks. Jalen Hurts can't really throw the ball that well. It just seemed like he's just always scrambling, trying to make this big play, and it's just not ever happening. And Devonta Smith is just caught in the crossfire of Jalen Hurts not being able to throw the ball.
My situm this week is OBJ. I mean, obviously in Cleveland, he hasn't really been looked at this year. And I think there's a dispute between him and Baker this week.
Yeah, definitely.
So-
See his dad or OBJ's dad posted something. of like Baker not throwing to him. He's,
I
he's
thought
pretty
he would
heated.
end up getting traded, but I wouldn't start OBJ this week.
My sit is Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Same here. We got another new addition to Deuces Sports Talk Show. It's a boom or bust segment where I just kind of list off some players and we'll see if they boom or bust. One player that I want to talk about, quarterback, Tyrod Taylor. He's back this week, or projected to start.
Against the Dolphins?
Yes, that's an interesting player because I mean, obviously better option than Davis Mills, but it is Tyrod Taylor, and maybe the Texans can maybe win a game. See a boom or bust guy.
Bust. Dolphins defense isn't really, horrible. It's not great, but they have some pretty decent corners, so I don't think.
What about Tua then?
Bust.
Still-
I do not like Tua. I do not like Tua. He's just a 5-yard check down guy. Hopefully to Myles Gaskin this week.
Back to Tyrod, I think he's going to bust. Although, my stardom, Brandon Cooks, will still have a good week because obviously he's a good PPR receiver, and that's about all he'll get this week.
I'm gonna say Tyrod Taylor busts, but I don't see him. I don't see it happening.
I think
Tyrod Taylor just going off.
I think both of them bust. Honestly, Taylor's got a better chance, but definitely bust. Christian McCaffrey's also back this week. You think he has a big week? Boom or bust?
Who do they play this week?
New England.
It's kind of tough, but I think he booms. I think if he's on the field, he booms.
Is it a hamstring that he hurt?
Yeah. He's been out for like 6 weeks.
I still don't think he'll play the whole game. I think he might do something, tweak it again. So I'm gonna say boom or bust.
I'm thinking. I don't see him getting full reps, so I'm gonna go bust.
I think he booms. Honestly, just the amount of touches he gets, it's unbelievable.
PPR.
Especially for that. If he's projected 22.7 right now in PPR. I think he can get over that. Honestly, the way he just gets so many receptions. Unless I don't know how much they're gonna use him, but if they use him normally, I think he's a boom type player. Another running back for you, Saquon. He's back this week. Another injured player that'll be back.
Who do they play this week?
They play Las Vegas, the Raiders.
I think Saquon busts. Saquon really hasn't been that successful this year, and he's coming back from injury. I don't think he has a great week. Devonta Booker homecoming.
I'm gonna go boom. I think he'll find the end zone against the Raiders.
I'm gonna go boom as well. He did have the back-to-back 20-point weeks right before his injury. The Raiders are falling apart, and I think he finds the end zone.
I hate the Raiders so much, but it's the Giants. I think he busts. This is the Giants. They're just so bad. For receivers, Devontae Adams back, playing Kansas City on the road. Boom or bust?
Do I really have to answer this question?
Answer it for me too, Roebaer.
For me, Stu and Lenei, boom. That might be.
I got the boom as well. I don't know why'd you exclude me.
Because
you brought up the question.
I just picking random players.
Garrett, you occasionally make some.
That's like saying, is Cooper Kupp
outlandish.
going to have a good week this week against the worst passing defense?
I think bust Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go 3 receptions, 24 yards, and he's gonna drop a
6
touchdown.
touchdowns.
That's fair enough. Let me find another one. D-Hop. Play San Fran.
I think bust. He's getting pretty reliable on touchdowns and not a whole lot of receptions because there's a lot to spread the wealth around there in Arizona. So I think he busts.
I'm gonna disagree and say boom because I think he'll find the end zone 1 or 2 times this week.
We're just disagreeing today. Still.
Depend on that touchdown, Roebaer.
Is that you guys can disagree and pick them? Keep that same energy.
Probably not.
I'm gonna say busts too. Like Roebaer said, they're spreading the ball around really well. Kyler Murray using his legs too. I don't see him getting over 5-6 catches.
I think he's gonna be a bust this week. I don't think he's gonna. I agree with Roebaer. He's been a little touchdown dependent here as of late, so I don't think he gets the touchdown. Let's move over to tight ends. Let's go George Kittle. He's in the IR, or coming off the IR. He's back to play Arizona.
I think he bust. I mean, I don't really like that San Francisco offense other than Elijah Mitchell and Debo. I mean, that's about it.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a heavy dose of Debo Samuel, but I think George Kittle's going to bust.
I was thinking the exact same thing the other two were, actually. So
He hasn't been like he's still a really good tight end for that offense.
He's a
but
good
just for
blocking
like
tight end.
yeah, for fantasy, he's gonna be a bust. Here's one. Roebaer, Mike Gesicki.
He's going off this week.
Bust.
Boom, boom,
Bust.
boom, boom,
Bust.
boom. Against the Texans this week,
Bust.
he is going to
Bust.
go off.
it's a
You're
boom.
hearing it here. Mike
It's a boom.
Gesicki, bust.
It's a boom.
It's gonna be a boom for
Yep.
me. It's-
Yeah. That's the real Big Mike right there.
he might go off, honestly. Gives us our underdog picks for the week. Roebaer, you start us off.
I have Mississippi State this week against Arkansas. Mississippi State just came off a big upset against Kentucky. Kind of surprising. Kind of Millie rocked them, so I'm going to have to go with the Bulldogs.
My underdog this week is Stanford over Utah. I mean, Stanford's had a few good wins this year. Oregon,
Or one.
one good win, Oregon, but
Millie rocked by K-State.
I think they'll still take over Utah.
This week I'm taking Liberty over Ole Miss. Ole Miss, not their defense is terrible, and I think that I don't know. I like the matchup.
I think there will be a lot of upsets this week, actually. But here's a little honorable mention to my main one. UTEP is going to beat UTSA. UTSA is going to lose that undefeated record. Just to let you know.
Here's my little baby underdog, Army.
Army. Yeah, that
They're
great
going to
pick.
pound the
Great
rock.
pick.
They're going to pound
Great
the rock
pick.
against Air Force.
Are-
And just
They are the underdogs.
They are. Air Force is 2.5.
Great pick.
Might have to change my pick.
I mean,
Force.
Army is just going to drill them.
They're gonna throw
No,
them.
no, they're not.
You can find that game on
They're
Air
gonna
Force.
know Millie Rock Air Force.
CBS probably. My main underdogs would be Washington. They're gonna beat Oregon at home. So
No.
What's with you going against Oregon all the time?
they
And they just
played
win.
they played Stanford. They have not had any close wins. I mean they haven't had any
Ohio
blowout
State.
wins. They only have close wins. That's a good
A
win.
win's a win, a win is a win.
That's the only big
Yeah.
win they have.
I mean,
I'm just saying. I think Washington wins.
You think you said
It was
to
either
Millie rock
this-
everyone?
It's either this or picking, like, I don't know.
Army.
I was gonna pick
Army.
Maryland. I think Maryland
No.
wins, but at the same time,
we're
I can't
so
take
burned
that.
out on picking it, Maryland. It's
And
just so-
Texas. Why do you guys pick Texas?
Texas isn't bad.
Yeah, but every week they just
They're
seem to have a
not good.
lead at half.
Bijan is the best running back in college football besides
Kenneth
Michigan.
Walker?
That's where I'm
Okay.
getting. Let me
Yeah.
talk.
You know who's 3?
Deuce Vaughn.
Deuce
Oh
Vaughn.
my
Yeah.
god! I'm in a room
Deuces.
full of K-State fans right
Hey,
now.
we need to get you in here. If you're listening, Deuce Vaughn, get on the podcast.
Yes,
that would
sir.
be awesome.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not gonna lie. We do need to get some interviews or like just some guest speakers in here.
Yeah, we do.
Garrett would shut his mouth about the Cats real quick if Deuce Vaughn got on the podcast.
I don't. I just yeah. Let's get into let's just get into pick'em at this point. The records. Let me pull that up real quick. All I know is
You know
Me and
who's winning.
Roebaer, and then Garrett.
See,
will
this
come
is what
next,
I'm
and then
saying.
Lenny.
Roebaer is in the lead with 32. Stu at 31. I'm at 27. Lenny's at 20. So
no way.
I'm back in there.
Me, Stu, and Lenny had some.
No
They all went.
atrocious
They
weeks.
all went 3-7 this
Like,
week. Lenny, if
Lenny's just getting Millie rocked.
if Denver doesn't win, Lenny goes 2-8.
I was talking Stu on Sunday and just saying how bad our pick'em looked. Like I thought, I felt good about my picks, and then here comes Sunday, and just what in the world?
It's been so long since somebody got an underdog too. I mean, I was expecting like these points to be higher, but we're just going one by one right now because nobody, like last week,
Yeah.
nody got their underdog.
I
It
mean,
really wasn't even close.
I doubt we have a winning record on Pick'em.
No way.
I think
Me
I
and
do.
Stu,
You
me and
might.
Stu might. Me and Stu
Because
might.
I went 7-3 and 8-2 in back-to-back weeks.
We're on week 6, so we've all had 50 picks.
Me and Stu might.
So I guess you're
27.
32 and 28
I'm 27 and 23
or 27.
because I have an underdog.
Yeah, you're right.
So
And
me and
Roebaer's
Stu-
28
Or
and 22.
26. Now you're 26. You'd be 27.
yeah. So me and Stu are positive.
Yikes. Let's start with the NCAA. Number 12 Auburn. They travel to 13 Texas A&M. Big SEC matchup.
I don't. Auburn's really hot right now. I don't think you can bet against Bo Nix and the Tigers, and Zach Calzada is not the answer.
Always betting against people. You know, you're always saying you can't bet against them.
It's Zach Calzada.
I'm going to stick with what Roebaer said. I'm going to take Auburn.
Good pick, Stu.
Thanks, Roebaer.
Like we were talking about the other night.
All right. Oh, he's going with the
Don't say
Aggies.
it. Don't.
Zach Calzada has LeBron James beat Alabama.
He hasn't.
No.
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 What is he saying?
It's what it is
different
not.
Has Bryce Young beat Alabama or beat
Yes.
Texas A&M?
Yeah,
No,
Bryce
he
Young
hasn't.
hasn't beat
No.
A&M.
He hasn't. So
But A&M's going to have fun playing in the Alamo Bowl.
Give me-
while
Give me the Aggies.
Bryce Young's in the chilling in the national championship game. See, that's just a bad pick. I'm sorry. I'm going with Auburn. Like Roebaer said, Bo Nix is hot right now, and we all bet against the Tigers last week. I think
Yeah. I think
we
so.
all picked Ole Miss. And
How is this not College Game Day, by the way?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's because it's on
Email
CBS, maybe.
Text him.
Email.
Find out.
Just text Kirk, man. Text Kirk Kirby.
Spam Kirk. And I like to say, Kirk's 9 best players of the week. He he chooses 9 players every week, and he did not include K-State's DN. Are you kidding me? What in the world?
He did ball out.
What was his? What's his name again?
Felix something Uzoma. It's a tough name.
Are you kidding?
I mean, he had 2 forced fumbles, and they downgraded it to only 4 sacks, but
Like-
still.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of them wasn't taken.
2 of them were
'Cause two
forced
of them
fumbles.
were
Yeah.
forced fumbles.
Yeah.
And 4 sacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's not one of your players of the
Pretty
week.
weak.
Unreal.
Tennessee, they go on the road to number 18th, Kentucky. Kentucky, a very disappointing loss last week. Robert?
I don't really have much to say for Tennessee, really, because I really haven't watched them this year, but Kentucky's a solid football team, and I think they get a bounce back.
I think the only thing Tennessee really has going for him is Kyan Evans from Hutch or wherever. And I'm going to take Kentucky.
I'm taking Kentucky. Tennessee's not good.
Yeah, I'm going to go Kentucky as well. I think Chris Rodriguez is a big day. Tennessee's just they're average. And I had really high hopes for Kentucky after the Georgia loss because they played them close, but not anymore. It was a good game for a while. Number 10, Wake Forest. They play North Carolina on the road.
I got to go with the Demon Deacons here. I mean, North Carolina has just not been playing well, and I like watching Sam Hartman out there, a guy from the Netflix show QB1, and he's a baller. Demon Deacons.
I'm going to stick with the Demon Deacons, as Roebaer said. Lenny?
Well, I think Wake Forest gets Millie rocked by UNC. What? The Tar Heels are. I'm not Millie rocked. I use Millie rocked, but I think they're going to be upset by the Tar Heels.
And Lenny hasn't used his big wordage yet today, but
No kidding. I'm waiting for it.
Hold on to it.
Hold on to it.
I make this mistake so
Retaining
many
it.
times. I have picked with Sam Howell so many times with North Carolina. And
He's just got no help.
I'm going to
That's
do
the
it
problem.
again. I think Wake Forest is a bunch of frauds.
Wow.
The Demon Deacons are a bunch of frauds. 8-0, and have played absolutely nobody.
They put up 70 on Army.
Cool.
With 17
Cool.
minutes.
Good for
with the
them.
ball.
I got 3 words. 2-man race.
Mm-hmm. Sam Hartman's getting up in that
Surprised you
race.
didn't say 2 words on that one. I'm going UNC.
It's actually a number in 2 words, but
That is true.
Not funny.
Dang. We got Oklahoma State. They travel to West Virginia, 11th ranked Cowboys.
Go Pokes.
2 words, go Pokes.
go Pokes.
Go Pokes.
I don't like West Virginia at all. They're not a great football team.
Another disappointing team.
Yeah. Jarrett, I don't know how to say his last name.
Daggy.
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 He's pretty solid, but I mean, that's all they got.
They got Letty Brown too, but
Mm.
that's I mean, they're gonna get Millie rocked by K-State in 2 weeks. So.
Thralloped.
Coming into Bill Stein's family, it's over.
Michigan State travels to Purdue, Roebaer. I know you have some tough feels with Purdue. Who you got?
You have to go with the Spartans. I mean, I think the spread's only like 3 points, but
3.
I think they're Spartans just gonna pound the rock to Kenneth Walker, and it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close, but I think the Spartans come out with the win.
Yeah, I'm going to take Kenneth Walker and the Spartans as well.
The Spartans have the second best player in the country, and Kenneth Walker. Only to Zach Calzada, obviously, but they're gonna win. Yeah, go
What's your
Spartans.
deal with Zach Calzada?
You guys still listening?
He upset Alabama.
Are you guys still listening?
He upset Alabama.
The only good quarterback that has ever upset Alabama is
Money Manziel.
Money Manziel, Johnny Football.
And where did his career go?
Farther than Calzada's.
Fantasy controlled football league.
Yeah. I'm going with Michigan State as well. I was the only one to pick Michigan State last week, and they got it done.
I mean,
Nice pick.
Harbaugh threw the
Nice
game.
pick.
Nice, Garrett. Nice.
And guess who's back in the race?
Not really.
I get my underdog. And,
Who-
it's okay. Let's move over to the NFL because you guys are being mean. 12 o'clock kick, Cleveland. They play Cincinnati. We're going to do the Thursday night game, but it's the Jets and Colts. No one cares. So Browns, Bengals.
Who day? Bengals are gonna dirt roll the Browns. Joe Burrow is gonna go off. Browns have been struggling, and it just doesn't seem like it's not their year.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'm going to take the Bengals as well because obviously there's some tension going around in Cleveland.
Toxicity.
Has it ever
Yes.
been the Browns' year, though? I mean, last year they were
They
a
were
wild
bad.
card team.
They weren't bad. I mean, they probably should have beat the Chiefs last year, but
They didn't.
no, but they didn't. But they should.
Didn't.
Anytime.
Yeah. So I'm taking Cincy.
Who day?
This is a tough pick for me because you don't just come off a loss against the Jets, and but I'm gonna go with the Browns because I don't like the Bengals.
He's got to get a pick.
You don't like the Bengals.
No.
Like what Roebaer said, who day? You got to go with the Bengals. Now, Nick Chubb is going to go for like 3 touchdowns, though. I can promise you that.
Not a chance.
No.
Maybe
No.
like
I hope he does.
I'll give him 13 fantasy
Dearness
points.
Johnson's
He got
gonna
me
eat.
7 last week. Then our second game, Minnesota versus Baltimore. 12 o'clock kick.
I think Baltimore coming off the bye, dirt rolls the Vikings. They're just don't seem to have the good enough defense to like stay competitive, and I think Baltimore gets it done.
I think it'll be a high-scoring game. I think it'll be a close game too, but I'm still taking Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore.
You can never really count Minnesota out in some of these games because I do think that they are like they're a good team. They just can't seem to win it. Like last week, they should have beaten the Cowboys. There are other games that they could have won, but I think it's a close game. But Baltimore wins it in a good one. The game of the week, quite possibly, Green Bay versus Kansas City.
This isn't the game of the week. I'm sorry.
What would you call the game of the week
Tennessee versus the Rams?
without Derrick Henry?
That'll still be a game.
Okay.
They won last week.
Rams are going to millie rock them.
I mean, I think the Green Bay is gonna millie rock the Chiefs. Is what I think.
I'm actually going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say the Chiefs over the Packers. I think.
You guys are still riding this fantasy train for the last 3 years. Man. It's over.
I mean, we still got Patrick Mahomes. He's still,
Still
top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe
He's still the
top 20, maybe.
Dang.
Oh my
Top
god.
20. Dang.
Is Teddy Two Gloves like number 1?
Teddy Two Gloves did get it done.
Mike White's up there.
I mean, that's fair.
But I'm taking Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is a bad man, and he's gonna get it done.
Bad man.
Boogie
Dude,
man.
give me some Nucks. I'm going with the Chiefs as well.
Do you want to change your picks too? After that one.
No, I don't. I'm confident.
I'll go with the line's even right now.
That's scary.
I don't know how. But if
Is
the
it-
defense can
is it in
just
Green
hold
Bay?
their no, it's in Kansas City. If the defense can just play,
You think Aaron
average-
Rodgers is going to come in to Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs?
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah. But
He went to Arizona and beat the undefeated Cardinals. So.
but I hope the Chiefs win. I mean, that's why I'm going with it. Then the Sunday night game, Tennessee or the Titans play the Rams. Very derailed Titans team right now.
I think the Rams are going to Millie Rock the Titans because without Derrick Henry and then Cooper Kupp's going to go off as well.
Can you do that? Can you do that Millie Rock one more time?
Millie Rock.
Well, I agree. I think the Rams are gonna.
Yes. The Rams are gonna Millie Rock
The Titans.
the Titans. Yes. Titans are without their crutch.
Clean sweep. We need a broom in here for how many clean sweeps we're getting right now.
Yeah. Games aren't great this week.
No, they're not. Then the Monday night game. The Bears go to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers.
As much as it pains me to pick, I'm gonna have to go with Pittsburgh. They've been playing pretty good lately, and the Bears just haven't seemed to be able to get it done. But I think it's gonna be closer than people think. I think the Bears are gonna play them close, but it's.
I think we're gonna see a big day from Najee Harris, and I'm taking Pittsburgh.
I don't know.
Bears defense has looked a little shaky this year.
3-5. Yeah.
4-4.
I'm thinking Pittsburgh by a light year.
Light year.
T.J. Watt coming off the edge. Justin Fields does not know how to do anything under pressure. It's
There's the word of the week,
Done
ladies
deal.
and gentlemen. There's
Light year.
Light year.
Well, you see, Big Ben's gonna have a good day. Najee Harris is gonna have a big day.
Really
Deontay
big day.
Johnson is gonna have a big
Maybe
day.
not. Maybe not.
He
I'm
is.
thinking more of a Claypool guy.
No.
I think Deontay Johnson might be out there on Duke Shelley Island, and it's over.
No chance. Steelers, like Lenny said, by a light year.
Light.
Oh my goodness. That will wrap up another edition of Deuces Sports Talk Show. Don't forget to check out our Instagram at deuces.sports1 and make sure to give a like and follow. Thanks for listening. Deuces.